3, 2, 1. There it is right there. Can we go, Gabe? All right. Hey, this is welcome to Between the Sticks. I'm Louis Walkenstick, your host. I'm sitting here with my good friend Mike Taylor.
How you doing?
Good. How's it going, Mike?
Shit.
And we're here at the Zzoom Kennels, live and in person here, north of Salisaw.
A bunch of noisy dogs.
And you can see back here behind us the kennels. They're full of dogs, and we've got a special dog right here. This one's name is.
This is Little L-Hugh Chief Snake Feather. Ain't that a mouthful?
Little L-Hugh Chief Snake Feather.
Yeah, I call him Chief.
He is Chief. And I remember Chief. Is Chief the first dog you got?
He's the first one I got.
Yes, approximately how many months ago? Or
well,
how many years ago?
He'll be 2 years old in January.
Okay.
I picked him up in March of last year.
Okay.
At Hackberry Kennels in Shelby, Iowa.
Shelby, Iowa. Okay.
He is a great grandson of a very famous L-Hugh English pointer named Snakefoot. Snakefoot was bred by a man named Bob Whaley back in the New York State area.
Okay.
Back in the 90s. Mr. Whaley bred dogs for the better part of 50 years, I'm thinking, as I recall from reading his book, Wing and Shot.
Okay.
And Snakefoot was his biggest brag dog he ever had.
Okay.
And he went sterile at a very early age, like 7 years old. And after Bob Whaley passed, there was a lady back east in New Hampshire named Mel Feifel. And she had a male dog by the name of Snake Charm. And Snake Charm, she had just a little bit of his semen.
Okay.
And let me back up. She had snakefoot semen and had just a little bit of it left. And they wasn't even for sure they had enough to get a breeding. And they bred a female dog, and they had one puppy. And that dog was named Snake Charm. I believe she calls him Charlie. And that is his grandpa.
That's this one's grandpa. That's an incredible story.
Yeah.
And that's very in-depth. And you said the name of that book, Wing and Shot.
Wing and Shot.
And I've been doing research. I've been doing research. I've been watching all kinds of videos and all kinds of terms. I'm an old school teacher, so vocabulary is kind of a big deal. And they talk about dogs being in a condition of shot and wing and shot. Yeah. And that's what I thought of when you said that. Yeah. That's where that came from.
Yeah, dogs, dogs, they usually, they'll train them to either, they'll train them to wing and shot, what they call steady to wing and shot.
Yeah.
And that's the way the field trial dogs, which is Chief, that's the way you train them. You train them that once they point the bird, they can't move their feet at all.
Right.
You go up, you flush the bird flies, the gun shoots, and the dog must remain steady, all 4 feet on the ground, until you walk up and release them. That's wing and steady to wing and shot.
That's wing and shot.
Most hunting guys will train their dog to steady through the flush.
Okay.
Which means that they point, they hold the birds, they go up, the hunter will flush the bird, and the dog will break and go after the bird, and the hunter shoots the bird. And the reason they want them to break on the flush is so the dog is marking where the bird is. If he shoots it, he can retrieve it. He sees where it's at, and he can retrieve it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're doing a blind retrieve.
Okay. So you watch all these videos. There's thousands of videos, and you can watch one about one category and not know you change categories. Somebody that's uneducated about, like me, about it.
Yeah. And it's all real simple, but there is a whole lot of information out
there. There's a whole lot of information which can get backwards, frontwards, and all scrambled. And
YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
And everything. Chief he's an English pointer. That's the breed, but he's the L-Hugh line. And that L-Hugh is Bob Whaley's last name, Whaley, spelt backwards.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
What Whaley was trying to do was breed the ultimate gentleman's hunting dog. That's what he he accomplished that, I feel like.
He's got a whole line of them now. It's just
now, Mr. Whaley, he's passed away, but and his kennel is not active any longer. Whaley Kennels.
And that was in,
or LU Kennels, I mean.
Was that in Iowa? Or
no, it was back east.
Okay, that's right, in the state of New York. That's right. You give me so much information, it's hard for me to
for you to keep up.
You keep up with it, and you know it like the back of your hand. It's fascinating.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say I know it by the back of my hand. I just been doing this for a little over a year.
Yeah.
Chief here.
He won an award.
Well, he's won several awards.
Okay. Tell us about all of them.
Well, I can't tell you about all of them. We were in 12 or 15 field trials last year with him as a puppy.
Okay.
And in the puppy trials, they don't judge them based on finding birds or holding them. They just want to see them hunt and see how they do and the propensity for finding game. That's what they're looking for.
Okay.
And Chief, we run in the circuit, the National Bird Hunters Association, the NBHA. That's the trials that we run in last year mostly. And he won the National Bird Hunters Association Puppy of the Year Award.
I see.
And we got to go to a banquet at the National Bird Dog Hall of Fame in Tennessee to pick up our award.
I see.
Had a real nice time.
He go with you?
No, he didn't go.
Okay.
I was kind of disappointed. I called a friend of mine and I said, "Hey, do the dogs get to go?" And he said, "No, they don't bring the dogs."
Okay.
I was kind of sad about that because he pretty much goes everywhere with me. I've never had a dog in the house.
Yeah. He
doesn't sleep down here in the kennels with the peasants. He gets to sleep up in the big house.
Oh, he's in the big house, in a special area in the big house. Okay.
A friend of mine that we're going to have on here in a little bit, Justin Crook. He's from Missouri. He's a professional trainer. I'm just an amateur. But Justin come down to visit here the other day, and Chief was in the living room. And, of course, everybody tells you, you got to know what your dog's telling you.
Right.
When you're training them. You got to know what they're telling you. Well, Justin walked in, and Chief was sitting in the living room floor, and Justin said, "You know what he's telling me?" I said, "What?" He's saying, "Welcome to my kennel."
Okay. I got you. Justin can read him pretty good, can't he?
Yeah.
Before I forget, Mike, I was thinking about this, and I asked you, do you train dogs for other people?
No, I don't. Okay. I'm an amateur, and if I trained dogs for other people, they'd consider me a professional, and that's not what I want to do. I just want to train my dogs. And of course, they're training me a lot of the times. You asked about his awards. He won several of the field trials that he was in last year and placed in almost all of them, I think, except for a couple.
Okay.
And I think we went to 12 or 15 trials. Now, this year he's staying on track. We went to Nebraska and ran in our first horseback trial. These NBHA trials we've been running Insall walking trials where you walk with the dog as if you were hunting. Mm-hmm. Well, these horseback trials, you ride the horse and handle your dog as if you were hunting.
That's got to be different for the handler.
Oh, way different. Yeah, especially if you're like me and don't know nothing about riding a horse.
And that people shoot off their horses.
No, they don't shoot off the horse. When the dog points, you have to get down, go up, flush the bird, and shoot your gun. And we don't shoot the birds. We have a blank gun that we just fire a little blank pistol.
Right. I got you. I've seen these things you're describing on videos. Yeah.
And I ran him in his first horseback trial up in Nebraska, and he placed third. Well, Justin, my friend, he talked me into going to Kansas week before last and entering him in another field trial, a horseback one. It was the I can't ever remember the name of it. It's got a name about as long as Chief does. It's the National Amateur Shooting Dog Derby Championship. Okay. And he won that.
Chief did.
And you gonna get up here and talk?
Yeah, he needs to get up here and show himself.
I asked an old boy there, because they was kind of telling me that it was a big deal for him to win this. You like I said, you have puppy year, then you have derby year, which is 2 year and under, and then after that you have shooting dog from then on, which is anything over 2 years old.
Yeah.
And this old boy there, I said, is this really a big deal, this champion? He said, well, yeah, it's a championship. He said, let me put it into something you can understand. He said, all your kids is wrestlers. He said, they have that big wrestling tournament in Fargo, North Dakota every year. And I said, yes, sir.
Yeah.
He said, that's for all these high school kids and then ones that are fixing to go on into college, right? And I said, yes, sir. And he said, well, just imagine if you took a freshman wrestler and went to Fargo and won that. He said, that's about what you done right here.
Huge
so it was a huge accomplishment for such a young dog.
Yeah. So you're in a different kind of situation with him because he is so talented, and you're trying to get the maximum out of him, and he's different. He's different than the other ones.
Well,
now,
no,
a little bit.
He's at a different level. He's a little bit older.
Yeah.
All of these dogs are. I have 4 other dogs here.
Yeah.
And they're all extremely well bred, just like him, and they all come from that same LHU line.
Okay.
And all of them are similarly related to Snakefoot.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover his ears when I say this, but this little lady down here on the far end, she is a granddaughter of 2 of Snakefoot's sons, Fibber McGee and Snake Charm. So she's related to him through Snake Charm.
Okay.
But she might be a better dog than him.
Well, they're extremely well. They're well behaved right now.
Well, they've all ate and got their belly full.
They're crashed out there, and
snoozed out,
and I'm sure they could get wound up pretty quick. But that's interesting. And I know you've got a story about every one of them.
Oh yeah,
and everything. The
where are you going? Hey, get up here and place.
So we were talking about you were in Kansas and Nebraska, and
oh yeah, we travel all around.
Right. I've realized that the last couple of years, and I remember 2 years ago when you got into this, and I remember him. I remember this dog when he was
just a little
puppy.
Yeah.
And everything, and right out here around the 4th of July, year and a half ago.
Yeah, I didn't get to participate in our big 4th of July party we have up here every year because I was too worried about all them firecrackers making him.
We were worried about the noises and not
making him gun shy.
Right, making him shy.
I took him up there in the house, got in the back bedroom, turned the TV on, and hung out with him.
That was a year ago. This past 4th.
Yeah, and I had to do the same thing with Lady down there this year.
Okay.
Of course, I didn't have these others at that time.
No. We could go all night talking about the awards and and the characteristics of the dogs and the what was it I was thinking about? Something you said about how do you prevent the dogs from getting shy from guns when they're young? What did you do?
Well, what I done, I train with pigeons.
Okay.
I have pigeons. I got a pigeon coop out back, and you can use these pigeons and they'll come back. You can release them and they'll come back to the same coop every time.
Okay.
If you buy pigeons, you have to leave them in that coop for 2 or 3 weeks before you start letting them out or using them.
Okay.
So that they'll come back. And just an interesting fact that I read, I thought they came back for food and water. You ain't gonna believe what they come back for.
What they come back for?
Sex.
Okay.
That's exactly what they come back for.
Okay.
The males come back
to
get sex, and the females come back to be bred.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
Well, yes and no. I mean, no.
That's what I read. I don't know if it's true or not. But
you've done a great deal of research on all this, I know.
But I train with these pigeons, and what I do is I got a bag, and I'll catch 4 or 5 of them pigeons, put them in the bag, and let the dogs get out here in the yard, and they'll be playing around, and I'll pull one of them pigeons out, let it start flopping around and get their attention. And boy, here they come.
Yeah.
When they get to me, I'll throw the bird and let it fly. And they'll take off running. And while they're all engrossed in chasing that bird, I'll pull my gun out and shoot the little blank pistol.
Okay.
So their attention is elsewhere, but they hear this. And I'll start shooting that pistol closer and closer and closer to them as they get more used to it.
And that I heard this term like yard training. Is that kind of
yard work?
Yard work. It kind of all starts like that, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah, I've got some equipment over here. I've got a grooming bench that you put them up on, and I have the infamous Delmer Smith Wonder Lead. Okay. And believe me, it works wonders.
What is it? A wonder
lead. It's, okay. You teach them to heel with it.
Okay.
And it works.
So that's what you were using a while ago. No, you had Chief.
I just had his check cord on him. Okay. Here.
Well, there's so many different aspects to the training, and now what is that called again?
Well, it's a wonder lead. It's kind of like a choke chain, but it don't really choke them. It's kind of like a pigging string that calf ropers use. Is kind of what it's like.
Like our monitors over there. Our monitor. What is that? What is the monitor on? What is that?
That's on the grooming bench.
That's the grooming bench.
You put them up there and make them stand up and hold their head up high and hold their tail up straight.
Yeah.
And
now, what is that structure over there behind the
barrel?
Lights? Yeah.
You set them up on that, and that's more of getting them to that barrel moves, rolls back and forth. It's a barrel on its side, and it rolls back and forth. And if they fall off of it, they're hanging by their collar and by a belt you put around them here. Their feet get off the ground.
Okay.
And dogs do not like having their feet off the ground. He's up here on this platform right here. I've got him in what they call a place mode.
Yeah.
And he knows that he can wiggle and squirm and lay down and do whatever he wants to do, but he knows he has to stay on it.
Okay.
But that barrel, you put them up on that barrel and style them up just like you would on the grooming bench. And then you can take birds and stand around them and throw them birds. And they have to stand on that barrel. That's what helps teach them to be steady through wing and shot.
I got you.
Because they know if they move, they're going to fall, and they don't want to fall.
Right. I was wondering about that because watching videos, they are so, it's like freeze tag. They get totally still and they don't move. Their tail might wag maybe.
No, you don't even want their tail. They call that flagging.
Yeah, okay.
You don't want their tail flagging. You want them standing up there pretty. See how his tail's down right now? You want that tail up. And he has a nice tail when he's pointing, when he's running.
They're like statues. They don't move, and they'll stay like that for minutes.
If Taylor gets up and comes over here, his tail going to stand straight up.
Okay.
Because he just loves her.
Okay.
Taylor, come over here and show him how his tail
Taylor.
gets.
Taylor and Gabe, y'all have any questions you want to ask Mike about things? You have some ideas and. But we're gonna there's gonna be a lot to this episode. This may be 2 episodes actually, maybe 2 episodes, and Gabe and Taylor have Chief over there.
Bring him around over here behind us
here, and this will easily be 2 episodes. We're gonna get ready to do a video call with Justin. Mike, are you ready to do a video call with Justin?
Yeah, let's give Justin a call. Justin is a professional trainer from Missouri.
He lives in the state of Missouri.
Pretty young guy. He's won a lot of Handler of the Year awards, won a lot of championships. He's a pretty good trainer.
Well,
he helps me out a whole lot. Him and a feller named Glenn Cumbie. Glenn's from over here in Arkansas.
Okay.
He's an elder gentleman.
Okay.
Glenn is in the Bird Dog Hall of Fame. Both him and a dog that he bred and raised and trained. Her name was Kate. And I believe in another segment, Glenn and I are going to go down here to a location where we work dogs and let y'all video us working the dogs.
Great deal. Great deal. Well, Gabe, have we got Justin on video call? We got Justin.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, Justin, Willis Walking Stick. Welcome to Between the Stick.
Hey, thank you very much.
Great to see you. You know this guy, I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
He really knows this guy right here, don't you?
Yes, I do.
We got Chief here. Hey,
are you recording?
Yeah, we're on. We're good to go. We got good.
1 second.
Gabe is working on our sound, but I hear you good, Justin.
Okay, great.
Where are you from, Justin?
I'm from Southwest Missouri. I live in a little town called Jasper.
Okay, I've heard of Jasper. Yeah, we've been sitting here.
I've got him introduced to Chief.
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to tell him first time I ever talked to you about Chief, you looked at me and said, I hope you left that dark-headed dog at the house. Maybe the rest of us can win something. You remember that?
Absolutely. I do remember that. Yeah, I knew I
I
could probably beat you, but I didn't think I could beat Chief.
well, I'm learning all their names, and I've been around them a few times, you know,
No place.
and these dogs are really well behaved here. And Mike's been talking and telling me about things, educating me about a lot of things, and I'm just going to have him, Justin, tell us your story or tell us what you want to tell us about everything there is to know about this topic.
Well, I started out right out of high school owning a hunting resort, and then I sold it to JB Hunt Trucking and went to work for him a little bit. And then I got involved in field trials and never looked back. Started my business and we've had a great time and the field trial is meant to showcase a dog, just like you do at the West Michigan Dog Kennel Show, except we do it out in the field. Um,
Uh-huh.
Same thing, and
Letting them hunt.
Okay.
these these guys are credible animals, and that's what we do.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment to you earlier.
Yeah.
And I kind of had this ignorance about me on the deal. I always thought that field trial dogs were just crazy dogs that they turned loose and they just took off running, and that's it. You didn't see them no more. And that is as far from the truth. These are the most disciplined, well-trained hunting dogs I think that you can find. Would you agree with that, Justin?
Absolutely. The training that they have to go through is unreal. The patience that they have to have. And the only reason these animals do that because they love us so much. And that's what I encourage other people to do is love your animals because they have to go through a lot to do this.
Yeah.
You're going against every instinct they have. Their instinct is to stalk and catch and eat
Okay.
their prey. And what you're trying to get them to do is stalk and and hold it, let you catch it, and then let you eat it.
Right.
And it's against every instinct that they have, and you are trying to train them to go against that.
And it's an everyday. You work with them every day.
Hey.
You literally work with them every day. It's an everyday deal.
Chief, get up here.
And but it's an everyday thing, right? I mean, it's every day getting out there consistently and working with them. I read somewhere where they like short workouts. Is that right? Generally speaking,
Yeah, you don't work them real hard.
These dogs like short workouts, Justin.
Yeah, so basically, our training routine starts when they're a puppy. When they're
Uh-huh.
a puppy, we teach them to go with us. We teach them to point birds. Instinctively, we start learning to teach them to hold birds. And so they get all that knowledge at a very, very young age. And then we take them up to summer camp, and summer camp is on the prairies of the northern of the states,
Okay.
Nebraska, South Dakota, Montana, North Dakota. Most of the big trainers will go up there, along with some big amateurs, and that's where we put everything together, and we work on wild birds. And it's a grind; it's a daily grind up there, and
Hey,
uh,
Mickey, it's enough.
sometimes we work in short workouts, and sometimes we're out there for 2 hours at a time. So
Uh-huh.
these guys have to be very well conditioned,
Right.
and
Right.
and hydration is one of the biggest keys of our foundation. When I was young, I was taught the best food is water for them. You got to press them to drink water all the time to have those kind of workouts. And
So you got to keep them hydrated and fed and everything.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is just as much of a job than the workouts are, is keeping them healthy. Um,
Yeah.
they're just like any other athlete. They endure injuries, and you got to take care of them.
I mean, you do have to get them out there for. You talked about a 2-hour workout or so. Get them out there and get their stamina, because those competitions can go long and long.
They're typically, well, the puppy ones are 20 and 30 minutes, and then the derbies and the championships, I guess they're all an hour minimum, aren't they, Justin? And then
Yes.
sometimes they're longer than that, aren't they?
So all championships have to be at least an hour, and
Okay.
some of the invitationals go up to an hour and a half. The two biggest national championships, the shooting dog is an hour and a half. The all age is 3 hours.
Okay.
And sometimes they'll have callbacks, won't they, on those deals where they have to run again?
Yes, they get, typically anywhere from 12 hours to 24 hours rest, and then they have to go at it again. And that, most of those things that, you think, well, that just takes a toll on their body. It don't just take a toll on their body, it also takes a toll on their mind. And so, you got to have some playtime in there as well. And, that's something that I love about Chief. He knows when it's time to go to work. He knows when it's time to hang out and play with the boys. And that's just because Mike's done a great job with him. But that's how you have to. That's how you have to go with them. You got to let them have little breaks at times.
Where are you at tonight, Justin?
I'm in Grove Springs, Missouri, judging a championship for the Brittany, and we are running the Quail Championship up here.
So you're one of the judges in it?
Yes, judging it.
And typically in all these field trials, I'm still new to this, but I'm assuming that all of them they just have two judges at a time. Is that right? Is there any of them ever have more than that?
So the two biggest national championships really on the circuits is the Horseback Shooting Dog National Championship, which is down in Alabama, and then the All Age National Championship, which is at Ames. Both of those championships will have 3 judges.
Is that right?
And that way, in case there is ever a split vote between a dog, because both of those championships, you do not name a runner-up. And to emphasize on that more, most championships, you name a runner-up and you name a champion. In those particular 2 trials, you just name a champion. There is no runner-up. So in case, for the instance, me and Mike are judging out there and we can't agree upon 2 dogs, that's where the third judge comes into play.
Okay.
And, he makes a split vote for us.
So this is serious business. I mean, this is there's very exact criteria and everything, and that you guys look for. And
absolutely,
yeah.
The biggest things we look for is, most guys look for athletic ability, great nose, personable. He likes to go with you. Very high trainability. One of the first things I actually look for is a big heart, because you can be athletic all you want to. If you don't have heart to go with it, you have no chance. And professional sports proven that over and over. You got to have a lot of heart, and that's what makes Chief so special. There's times that I've seen where he is not the most athletic dog out there. He may not be the best bird finder out there, but he's proven over and over he has a ton of heart, and he's just not going to quit. And that's what wins you championships.
He just has great enthusiasm. He's always on the move.
That's
doing
right.
something. Yeah.
Doing something, and that's what puts him above the rest.
You can tell he really loves what he's doing and everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even at summer camp, when we were making adjustments with Chief, Mike came to me and wanted to try some horseback trials out. I had sit down with Mike and I told him we're going to have to make some adjustments with Chief, and run him in some, and Chief made those adjustments right away because he wants to do it for you, and we quickly made those adjustments in Mike, 3 or 4 days, and then the very next week he went and placed in his first horseback trial, handled by Mike in a professional trial. So that just again, that just tells you the caliber dog he is.
So he's a fast learner and he wants to do it, and all those great things.
Absolutely.
Mike, what do you? I know you have questions for Justin or things to ask him and talk about.
Well, just trying to get him to talk about stuff. Justin, you said you started field trialing or training right after you got out of high school and whatnot. How many dogs do you have on your current training schedule?
Right now, we have 15 dogs currently on our string, and that's the biggest difference between a pro and amateur, where Mike only has a handful of dogs, and and we put up a regiment for those dogs, and so it's pretty, not that it's easy, but it's Mike's done a great job starting them out, so it's a pretty easy regiment. You go through the motions with those guys, and where a pro, it's a little bit harder. Of course, we're doing it full time, but one dog needs this, another dog needs that, and the biggest thing, even in field trials or bird hunting, the biggest thing is to do as a trainer is to read the dog. What does he need? And that's hard for a lot of people because you can't personally talk to a dog. You have to read his emotions. And most dogs have a lot of emotions. Being around Chief, Mike really, hooked up with us this summer. So I've been able to be around him this summer and this fall, and got to see him some last spring. He's a pretty much open book. He'll tell you when he wants to play. He'll tell you when he wants to go to work. And that's a lot of my dogs. They're, pretty much open books. They can tell you. The toughest thing is when, most dogs, when they have issues, it's because it's a man-made problem. And that's when it gets tough. You have to, the biggest thing is you have to he's got to accept you. And, before you can really even read him. And before you can start fixing those problems and seeing what he needs out of it.
Okay. Like specifically, you look at posture. Or they hold their head up, their tail.
Tail is a big one. Their ears, the way they posture their ears is a big one. See if they're paying attention. Eye contact is a big one. Something that is very unique, the way they swallow is also a big one.
The way they swallow, that's fascinating.
Yes, if they lick their lips or not, that's kind of telling you that they're understanding. So there's a lot of ways to read a dog. Also, it can go the opposite direction too. Dogs that like to stand on your feet, they are showing dominance over you. And in their world, dominance means everything. They don't know any other fact of that. That was born in them. So
is that a good thing?
No, it's not. You have to show dominance over them, just like in the Bible. We were meant to be over all animals, not any animals over us. So you have to show that they are dominant. That does not mean hit the dog or mistreat the dog. That just means like Mike's, what he's doing there. He is loving the dog, but not only that, he is showing dominance over that dog. He's the one doing the petting. He's the one doing the loving. And that's how they do their acceptance in life. And
have a lot of mentality.
That's right. A lot of people, they get misconstrued of what we do. That we have to hurt the animals to do this. That is not the case at all. You have to read the animal, and some animals are. Take for instance, Chief. He had very high trainability. Mike was able to break him very early in life. There's some dogs on my team that, are a little bit older than Chief, are not even ready to be broke yet. And
Okay.
that's just by reading their postures and reading their tail. And so you got to give them more time. They're not as mature. And it's just like people go in a classroom. Um, I wasn't very good at English. I'm still not. But, you could not give me high school English in junior high. I would have failed it every time. I could barely pass it in high school. That's the same way in dogs. They're no different in that fact. And you got to read them and make sure you're doing the right things at the right time.
Explain what you mean by broke, Justin.
So there's several different concepts of being broke. Bird hunters, when I was a kid, hunting in Southwest Missouri, there, most of you guys know there's a lot of thickets, a lot of briars. Obviously, that's where the quail like to be. Um, so a broke dog to us was, he'd go and point them and hold them, and then when we approached them, they would bust up the birds for us so we could shoot them. That was as broke as it got, and we thought that was pretty broke. Later on in life, a lot of bird hunters they wanted their dogs to point and hold, and when the bird gets up, they were able to chase it, and you shoot it, and they retrieve it to hand. Okay, so that's more common for bird hunters. For our dogs and for our competitions, they have to be broke to wing and shot. So what that means is you have to point the bird, you have to hold there. We put the bird up in the air. We shoot a blank gun or a blank shotgun, and then they still have to be there until we walk back to them and grab them by the collar and lead them on. So that's
Okay.
and that is the American field. There's really two associations, major associations: American Field and the UK AKC. American Field, that's considered broke. The AKC actually takes it one step farther. You They point, they hold, you kick up the bird, you shoot it, and then you go and you give the dog a command, and then it has to run out there, retrieve it to hand. And so these guys had to have some very high trainability. Um, and the next big question I always get is when do you have a broke dog? Honestly, that depends on the dog, but the average age of being broke is usually anywhere from 3 to 4 years old, especially in the pointers. Um, that's the pointers around 3 years old was usually what we'd call a mature dog, and that's when they
Okay.
fully understand life. German Shorthairs are typically a little bit before that.
Uh-huh.
English setters are a little bit after that. So the pointers are kind of right there in the middle.
I
Um,
see.
and if just like people, if you give a kindergartner, you know, senior homework, they're not going to know what to do. And that's the
Right.
same way, like for a puppy, there's a lot of different steps in training your dog. And then, you have to have the ability to read him along the way.
Well, you said something a while ago about reading how they swallow.
Right.
That what tell us about that or
So when a lot of training techniques that we use, when we're walking back to the dog
uh-huh.
and grabbing his collar, when we first start this, a lot of dogs will look away. Um, they don't want to pay attention to us.
Okay.
But when they start to pay attention to us, like you kick up the bird, you shoot it, when they just immediately start looking at us, we go back there and we grab their under their jaw and we pet them on top of the head. And that's just saying, "Hey man, you did a great job. I did my job, you did your job. Great job. Let's go on to the next one." What they'll do is they'll swallow. And that's them understanding everything went really well.
Okay.
And anytime they understand that, they do that. Yeah, they understand very well
Huh.
what's going on.
Some dogs will lick their lips. Some will yawn.
Okay.
Yep.
When they know
Yeah.
it's
They've got it. They understand
it's
it.
their way of
Yeah.
it's their way of coping with the pressure.
Okay.
Right.
I got you. So
Some humans may
yeah.
they're under a little pressure and
Right.
they do this. Well, the dog will swallow or lick his lips.
Yeah, and this goes along, people that they read human behavior based upon what people do, nonverbal movements and things like that. It's kind of along the same lines. That's
Right.
fascinating. And I've watched all kinds of videos. I'm far from even an average uh, student of this, and I hear like terms like a flyaway drill, restrained chase drills, things like that. Tell us like some names of some of the drills that
So
that.
one of the first drill that we do is a hear drill. That means the
Uh-huh.
dog is out there and you hear him to you.
Okay.
It's very important that you try to use one syllable words. Just remember, they can't understand like we do. They don't know words like we
Okay.
do. Keep it very simple
Right.
for them. And just like you're teaching a kid, keep it simple and keep it steady.
Uh-huh.
Don't go changing things up every day. Now, Chief is at a different level. So me and Mike, we're going to change things up on him. We're getting him ready for the the biggest league. Um, so we're gonna really, work on him, but he's ready for that. Okay.
Yeah.
He's ready for that next level. He's ready for that finalization in life to be a shooting dog champion. So,
Yeah.
but when you're starting them out, we do the here command, and you can use a treat. Um, that works really good. There's some clicker methods on the East Coast that works really good. Uh, Big thing for me is just loving on the dog. Most dogs, they really show a lot to affection. And so I just, that's a big thing for me is getting my hands on my dogs, letting them know that I love them, and
Uh-huh.
so that's what I do. Once they understand that, then we put a collar on them and we put it very, very light. And this is, we're teaching them collar conditioning. That means, if you make a mistake, we're going to give you a little zap, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. We don't burn you up. That's, the wrong way to do it. You don't want it, you want to be able to put that collar in your hand and you be able to hold it. That's as much stimulation as that we put on them. And then we graduate up to woe breaking. Woe, obviously means stop. And this is one of the biggest things that we teach them, and is woe. There's a lot of woe. Um, we also teach them to heel, heel with the horse, heel with us walking, and them are the three biggest commands that we give a dog. Is here,
Explain to me
whoa.
the difference between woe and heel. I
Okay,
don't.
so woe means stop, keep all 4 feet on the ground, and do not move.
Okay.
Under no circumstances, you know, um, unless I tell you, you do not move. So we have to give a release command once we teach this woe. The release command that I do is either grab them by the collar and say, okay, or I tap them on the top of their head with my two fingers and tell them, okay. So you cannot move unless I give you the release command. Healing means just come with me and don't get very far from me.
Okay.
Um, and so when I'm doing this or Mike is doing this, ultimately we are preparing them to heel off the horse. Okay. So it's best to do it while we're walking. We have more control over them. And then we'll graduate, you know, getting on the horse and heeling them off a horse, because heeling them to them just means you got to get close.
Yeah.
And then that way, like if we're out there and we're running a field trial and it's getting, we got to make a hard turn, we can bring that dog in and heel him, make the turn together, and then we send him on out.
Okay.
And so all this is setting up, all these commands, all the training is setting up for the future for
It's
them.
amazing. I'm watching them whoa and point, and it's just incredible.
It
I mean,
is.
it's like I call it freeze tag.
You bet.
It's fascinating how they do that, and we all love dogs, I and I tell Mike if I had kennels, I'd put all the strays in there, the ones that don't have. That's me. I'm big, soft hearted.
Absolutely.
Not that
You
Mike's
bet.
not, but. but you know, he's, you know,
I'm probably more soft-hearted towards the dogs than I am people.
well, right, he is, and I've seen he's really gotten into this last 2 years or so, and I really haven't explored it with him, you know, like I have now, and
Right.
But Mike, you got any other thing you want to ask Justin?
Well, we'll probably hook you up again.
Yeah.
I think Lewis is wanting to do a 2 or 3 part deal on this. So
Yeah.
we may hook you up again, and we'll get your favorite dog out here.
I just want to
Gabe. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to add one more thing to all the training
sir.
and all the stuff that we talked about.
Uh-huh.
The biggest start to all these dogs is the breeder. Breeding the right genetics and you know, breeding all the calmness, the high trainability into dogs, and you know, breeders throughout time have had a bad rap. You know, but if it wasn't for them, I could not do what I do, and Mike could not go enjoy what he enjoys. I've seen Mike; he loves this so much. You
Right.
know, me and Mike became good friends, but I'll never be a friend to him like Chief is. I promise you that.
I gotcha. Yeah.
But
I'll let Chief sleep with me. I don't.
right,
Chief's
I
got a
ain't gonna
place in
sleep
the
with you.
house. He's got a place to hang out.
He's
Yes,
the only
but
dog I've ever had in the house before.
He's on. Yeah. Gabe has some questions.
okay, great.
Okay. Tell me what. Tell me what.
Got 2 questions that have to do with the affection. First one, uh, how do you not confuse dominance for affection?
How do you not confuse dominant with affection?
Yeah, if the dog is showing what do you think is affection,
Okay.
but it might
So
actually just be the dog kind of.
so
If a dog's showing
basically,
affection, but you might. Okay,
the dominance
we might have
part
lost you.
of
I don't
it
know.
is when he puts your like a foot on your foot, you immediately take it
Yeah.
off. You do not let him. You do not let him do that. Just so like
Okay.
sometimes they will hike their leg and try to pee on you.
Okay.
You tell them no. You get it to
Right.
quit, and then you
That's a
know
dominance thing.
affection
Probably.
is
He's out
a big thing.
he's out of charge.
Can you guys hear me?
Well,
Then the second one.
we've had him about 30 minutes. We've had him about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I bet he's trying to find further. So the second one, on affection, he said, what did he say about showing? He does something by showing affection.
Puts a hand
No. What was the point of that? Why was it?
to let the dog know he done good.
Oh, he does. You do that. You
Yeah.
pet him, and
Like
but you hold him
when
underneath.
you're in the field trial and you've done your deal and shot your gun and whatnot.
He was saying like when you first get the dog.
Oh, he just wants to get his hands on them and love on them.
He just did good. He looked at me and went,
Get him to trust him. Yeah.
those ears. You got the coolest ears.
He looks like one of them Egyptians, don't he?
Yeah.
Egyptian.
Yeah. He looked at me. We made eye contact, and he tilted, and the ears perked. I tell you, these other dogs, though, they're just really.
See, now this right here,
under
him
good
getting on me,
behavior.
that's not dominance right there. That's
Right.
him just
Yeah.
using that as a
Yeah.
way to get over here to investigate what he wants to investigate. Now, sometimes we'll be standing and I'll have him heeled up next to me.
Yeah.
And he'll reach over and put a foot on my foot.
Okay.
Now, that's him trying to show dominance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
That's really the only indicator that Justin mentioned of dominance.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
foot on foot.
biting on you.
Okay.
Yeah. Jumping on you.
Okay. Is that all dogs, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the deal with a dog. A dog is designed to be dominant. That's
okay.
Every dog.
It's in their DNA.
It's in their DNA.
Yeah.
They're a pack animal. And they want to be the top of the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Well, they get their ass whooped and they find out they're not.
Yeah.
Another dog whoops them and they lay down, they'll roll over and they'll show their belly. And that's a sign of being dominated.
Yeah.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
Well, they want to dominate you because you're part of their pack.
Right.
Okay. So you have to show them that you're the pack leader.
Okay.
And if you don't show them you're the pack leader, they'll become the pack leader. And then you can't deal with nothing.
The lab we have, Jax, he'll do this. He'll get up there. We got
I'm gonna stop this recording real
okay.
quick.
Here asking
Birdman.
questions about. But anything I say from we got him back. Okay.
Back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Gabe had a couple questions.
Yeah, Gabe had a couple. Are we recording, Gabe?
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, Gabe had a couple of questions about how do you differentiate a dog that's showing affection or trying to show dominance?
Sure. One of the ways is them trying. One of the ways is them trying to put their feet on you, put their feet on your feet. That is a way for them to show dominance. Another way is also for them to hike their leg on you. That's also showing dominance. And you just you put a stop to it early on, and also them wanting to put their mouth on you or teeth on you. As they do when they're puppies with their siblings. That's another way of showing dominance.
Okay. Gabe, what was the other question you had?
I don't remember what he said, but he said one of his key methods or something was him showing the dog affection and loving on the dog, being around the dog. How does he carry that affection if they're in kennels?
What's the best way for you as the trainer to show affection to the dog? If they're in kennels. As they move to kennels.
Well, the biggest way I show affection to dogs is a lot of times I will just take a lawn chair into the kennel and just, pet on them. Let them get up on top, curl up on my lap. Chief loves to do this. I've seen it with Mike. It's different than them putting their feet on your feet. They're wanting love and affection. And again, you can give them treats. You can, do a lot of different things. The biggest thing that I've found is putting your hands on them. They love to be petted. They love their bellies to be scratched. They love their ears to, be petted, and just show a lot of affection to a dog.
Okay.
And that's the biggest way that I have, I've been doing this now for 22 years, and I haven't found anything better than petting them. A lot of times we get them up on a table like Mike's doing, and I just pet the crap out of them, love up on them, tell them they're, good boy, good girl, and especially after having a hard workout. And that's just kind of reassurance to them. Hey, I love you. You love me. We're going to get this, especially on those days where he messed up some, I messed up some. We just, we didn't have it that day. Them are the days that are most important to you show affection to that dog because he's trying his best. And you need to try your best.
Yeah.
So, that's the best way of going about it.
That's good advice. That's good advice. That goes, all that right there goes a long ways in a lot of things,
Right.
And human interaction and animal human interaction and Gabe?
Absolutely.
Taylor, any other? Mike?
No, just Justin, I appreciate you joining us on this deal.
Well,
you're probably wore out. We'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, we want to get you back sometime after Christmas.
Absolutely.
Probably.
Absolutely. I enjoyed it, guys, and thank you so much for letting me do this. And we'll see you soon.
Okay. Right. Thank you for joining us, Justin. We'll see you, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye. We were so happy to have Justin Crook. We just finished our conversation. Me and Mike did our video call with Justin Crook. He's up in Missouri, and he's from the state of Missouri. He's a professional trainer.
Yep.
And he's got many, many dogs. He's been doing this for about 22 years since he got out of high school. And he's really into it. I mean, you can tell he knows it.
He does a lot of judging for a lot of the field trials.
Does a lot of judging for field trials.
Like he said, he's up there in Missouri right now judging the Brittany Championship.
Up in
I
Missouri?
think it's going on for 3 days.
Okay.
He said there's a lot of dogs. The Brittany's are a real big field trial group.
Okay. Now, Brittany Spaniels.
Brittany Spaniels.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And we'll be having we live right here, right close to one of the best field trial locations in the country over here at Boonville.
Right.
Just
you told me
of
about
Boonville.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be hosting the field trial club I belong to, the West Ark Field Trial Club. We will be hosting the National Free for All Championship. I believe it is in March. Okay. I believe we can let you know, and you can make an announcement on some of your future podcasts of that. There may be people want to come over. I'm hoping in the future maybe to get some youth deals started, going around to these schools, to the FFA and the 4-H deals, and maybe doing some demonstrations. I've talked to some of the guys, and they're all up for that.
Yeah. I think it's popular in schools. I know that
we've got to get the younger generation involved in our sport. If we don't, as you know, sport will die.
Right.
If you don't feed it.
Right.
And you got to feed it with young people.
Well, I know that at South Hall schools, they've done a lot of things last year or so.
Newer stuff,
that different things that pertaining to topics like this. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, all kids like puppies.
Oh, absolutely.
And you never seen a kid that didn't like puppy. I read in Delmer Smith. Delmer Smith is one of the premier trainers. He's 90-something year old. He's from Big Cabin, Oklahoma, is where he's originally from. And he has a nephew, Ronnie Smith, that does training and stuff up in Pawhuska. I've been to some of his seminars. He and his wife, Susan, they put on real good seminars. But Delmer, I read his book on how to train your dog. And that was one thing he talked about is getting the youth involved in it,
Oh, it's important to continue the traditions and the everything in the right way, continue it in the right way, learn it the right way, and get it going and propagate it, keep it going.
He said the best thing in that book, I was talking about puppies. He said the training dogs, the best thing to socialize a puppy, which is getting them used to anything and everything you can get them used to, where nothing startles them, a cow, a horse, a fan, the car starting up, anything. You want them to just have as many experiences as a puppy as you possibly can. And he said every time he'd have a litter of puppies, he'd go borrow the neighbor's kids and let them have them puppies.
Right.
And they would get them socialized.
Yeah.
And then he would let the mamas of the kids love on the dogs, and that'd bring them along. He said, and then it took a man to finally break them.
Well, that's I'm sure that happens naturally a lot, and that's he knew what he was talking about. Yeah. Well,
I've enjoyed it.
I have too. Yeah. I have too. And pardon my ignorance on all this.
No, not a problem.
And it's been fun. And
I guess we're gonna do some filming around the kennel here, and then
okay, yeah.
I guess like I said earlier, we're gonna do some dog work here in a few days down here at this location, and y'all are gonna come film that.
I look forward to all that.
We look forward to it. Yeah.
And we're going to have a lot of content, and I hope you've enjoyed this here on Between the Sticks with Mike Taylor and his dogs, Chief, and all these other dogs.
Chief, say good
night. And I'd like to thank you to Gabe and Taylor for their technical expertise on everything, and our wives, your wife, Jennifer Taylor, and my wife, Christy Walking Stick, their support and everything. And so we hope you've enjoyed all this. We'll talk to you later. Yeah, let's get Chief to sing it out.
Come here.
Now, what do I need to do to
prompt him? I don't know if he will or not.
I was singing a while ago.
This is Chief's war cry for when we're out there in the field trial, and you want him to just go on. You ready? He'll turn around and look at you, and you want him. I'm letting him know that it's okay to go on. He may be 100 yards out there. I want him to go ahead and be 300 yards.
Yeah.
And I'll give him the Chief war cry.
Okay.
We'll see. When he's around here not working, he'll sing for you. You ready? Oh, 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 oh. directing the chorus, isn't
He
he?
is. They got their attention. They knew exactly what was going on. Is that a good recording?